everybody. I'm just gonna hold my phone like this so that you can hopefully hear me a little bit better. There is construction going on in our house. But let me start from the beginning. Hi, my name is Mel, and I'm the owner and dyer for Big Little Yarn Co. And it's been a while because a lot of things have happened since we last talked. So first of all, we're in a new house, so I know it doesn't look like much, but this is like the only clear space I have right now because we are still renovating, so you could probably hear all the banging going on, but I really wanted to get this video out. So hopefully you can hear me okay. So yeah, with the moving, we've had the new baby, a lot has been going on. My oldest son, my 3-year-old, we had to move school, so he had school off for like about a month or a month and a half, so it's been kind of nuts. He's finally at daycare, so I finally get a chance to talk to you. But yeah, I hope you all have been doing well. But I wanted to pop on and talk about what I made in 2025, as well as my 5-star reads. And then talk about what I'm making, what I'm planning on making. So hopefully this video isn't too long. And I apologize in advance because I have a sore throat. So my voice might sound a little bit grainy. But hopefully this audio is working and you can hear me okay. So let me see. I have my notes down here for all the things that I made in 2025. So I made a total of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 things. And I'd say most of them were socks and accessories. I think I made 3 garments, 3 pullovers last year. I was pregnant. I gave birth to a human being. It was a busy year. So yeah, I also spun 1 sweaters quantity last year, which I will also show you. So I don't know, it feels like I didn't do as much as I wanted to, but then I have to remember I did give birth, so I have to cut myself some slack. I was even kind of thinking I didn't really want to do this video because I just feel like I haven't made as much as I want to have had made, if that makes sense. But then I was like, you know what? Life's life, and this is the reality of the situation. It's probably more than some people even knit in a year just regularly anyways. So anyways, I thought I would show you. So I will go by, I'll go by the finish date. So I keep all my knitting info in my Notion. I don't use Ravelry so much for project notes and things like that, just because I forget. And I just kind of use Ravelry to look for and collect patterns, essentially. So yeah, this is all in my Notion, my knitting project Notion, and I have it ordered by finish date, so I will do it like that. I am missing a couple things because I either can't find it because some stuff is still in boxes, or yeah, one of them, my son's wearing his sweater today. It's really cold and windy today. And yeah, so I don't have everything on hand, but if I can, I will include photos so that you can see them. So first off is the Under the Quilt Socks by Stone Knits. It is this. I'm actually wearing it right now. Ta-da. So this was my first FO of last year, 2025. I finished this on January 1st, actually, so it's my very first knit. I knit this in I kind of started it while I was visiting the US, and then I finished it here in Japan. But yeah, yarn is a mystery main color, and the CC is sorry, there might be some fuzz on my feet. The CC is a Azurite by Uncommon Threads. But yeah, they're super fun to make. I did make one modification, which is I knit the heel as a, instead of a short row heel, I did just a classic slip stitch, what do you call it? Like a classic heel. I just carried the contrast color. I just carried it over when I knit the heel, and yeah, it worked. I think next time I will probably just do the short row heel, though. It was a bit of a annoying thing to have to do. So yeah, that was my first FO. And then next up is the cloud sweater, which I am also wearing right now. So this is the cloud sweater by Petite Knit. The yarn is, I don't remember what it's called. Oh, it's Barocco Mochi, which is now discontinued, sadly. But this is Barocco Mochi in Aubergine, which is this really nice purple color. Come closer. With these little flecks in it. I'm so sorry for all the banging going on back there. I hope you can't hear it. But anyways, that's what it looks like. It's very comfy, very cozy. I don't wear it as much as I would like to because it's quite fuzzy, and when I'm baby wearing, when I'm carrying my daughter Eula in the carrier, it gets like all up in my mouth, which is not good, obviously. So I try not to wear it too often, but since Tim, my husband, is nap trapping her, I can wear it for this video. But yeah, it's really comfy, really cozy. I'm quite sad that the yarn is discontinued, but I think there's a lot more options, other options that you could use, like Drops Air or things like that. It's pretty affordable and knits up super quick. I love it. Yeah. What else? Next, after this, I knit in February. And also, sorry in advance because I don't know where my sock blockers are. They're probably in a box somewhere. So, these are the, Wildflower and Honey socks by this Handmade Life. And this is what they look like. You can see the stitches here. This is the I did a contrast toe. This was for my Valentine's Day colorway. But this is, yes, My Plummy Valentine is the main color. Super cute. And then the contrast color here. Sorry, it's kind of linty because I do wear these. The contrast color toe is Sakura Kiss, which is from my anime yarn club from last year. So yeah, I knit these. Great, it's super easy. I knit a lot of socks this year because of the yarn clubs, but so last year was the year of socks for me. After that, I knit the summer camp socks, which is this. They look very thin and like narrow, but it's because it's what is it? It's 3x1 ribbing. And this is a free pattern. It shows you what to do to get these little like sport stripes up on top. I did a contrast toe. This is from my last year's Pie Day sock set. This is Matcha Pie as the main color, and then Matcha for the contrast. Super cute. I love this colorway. So this is my second pair of socks. And then after that, I did knit. Okay, I can't find this one. I knit the Thru lines. I don't have an FO photo either because it was around the time, I finished around when my daughter Eulalie was born. So I don't have any FO photos. I think I might have like a whip photo. So I will insert that in the video if I can find it. But yeah, Thru lines by Andrea Mowry. I used a bunch of scrap yarn for it because it's really easy to modify the length to suit however much yarn you have or need. So I did that, and yeah, I really like it from what I remember, but yeah, I have no idea where it is, so I will have to find that and wear it some other time. And again, since I'm like baby wearing a lot, I just don't really wear scarves. I haven't been wearing any scarves or shawls or anything lately just because, you know, if she's here and I'm like wrapping a scarf around, it's just gonna cover her face, which is not good. So Thru lines, which is I think my one and only shawl FO. Yeah, so there's that. I also knit the Petal drop socks, which I forgot downstairs. Let me go grab it. I'll be right back. Got it. Petal drop socks by Florence Miller. And let me just like stick my hand in here so you can see. Not sure if you could see the stitch pattern, but it's super pretty and it's actually quite easy to do. It's just not slip stitches, yarn overs and decreases and things like that to make this like faux braid, which I find really pretty. And this is knit in another Yarn Club colorway, and this is Nudie Kabe, which is from my yokai collection. It's this really pretty light pink with bits of blue, so I really like these socks. And I think that's the last of the socks. But after that, I knit the Recursion Pullover by Indigo Knits, Kim Paquette of Indigo Knits. It is so cool. How cool is the color work? So cool. So the main color is Coraline, which I dyed. It's from my Halloween collection, my spooky summer collection. That's what it looks like. And then the CC is from Olan, like their milled yarn. Olan is now defunct, unfortunately, but I really loved their milled yarn. It's this really almost black purple color. The only thing about this, I haven't worn it because I don't know if you could see, but like this neckline is so small. I don't know why. I think I just like strangled my yarn while I was knitting the ribbing or something because it is so tight on the neck. What I want to do if I ever have time is to like pick up where the colorwork starts and actually just knit a wider neckline from there, like right here, because it just doesn't really fit me. Since it doesn't fit me on the neck, it just kind of like rides up and just doesn't fit me well at all in general, and it's such a waste. According to my notes, I took 265 days to knit this thing, so I should wear it. Recursion. Beautiful pattern. It's kind of my fault, not the fault of the pattern at all. I think I just, again, strangled my ribbing for some reason. So another kid knit is the Crosswear Junior. I'll put a picture of my son wearing it here. I knit this using my BLYC collection yarn, Daidokoro, which is the green, and then one of the CCs, or like the main CC that's on the yoke, is by Pigment and Ply, Ruscala, I believe, which is from her Witcher collection. And then the beige CC is Takebako, which is from my Bento collection. So yeah, just a fun, quick, easy knit. I really like the pattern because it's just a good basic drop down sleeve, drop sleeve pattern for kids. So you could even just knit it without the color works, which I think I will do next time. And it's probably super easy to just add striping as well. So I think I will do that next time. But yeah. And then, after that, I knit the study session sweater, which I have here. Let me show you. So this is the study session sweater. It's a little hard to show you while I hold my phone, but I love how the braid looks. It's so pretty. I knit this using Kelborn Woolen Scout, which I 100% want to use again some other time. I have to get some more when I go back to the US, but I really love this base and I really love the colorway. I think this is called Autumn Heather, which is like perfectly encapsulates Autumn Heather. Yeah, I really like it. The only thing is that, it's snowing. Sorry, it's snowing. Today's like super cold. Let me see if I can show you really quick. Do you see that, guys? It's snowing. But yeah, sorry, this is technically the guest room, but I'm filming in here for now because it's the cleanest room in the house. So, well, that's nice. But, sorry for the new positioning. But yeah, so, what was I talking about? The study session sweater, really fun, really good. Only thing is I wish it was bigger. I'm definitely more of like an oversized, fit kind of girly. Sorry, I keep looking at the snow. It's just so nice. The snow here, it snows, but it doesn't stick onto the ground. So I guess it's quite nice because I don't have to worry about shoveling or anything like that. Wow, it's really coming down right now. But anyways, but yeah, so this was the last garment knit for me last year, and that was back in, when was this? I finished this in October, so quite a while ago. But yeah, there's that. And then after that, I knit these. These are so small. These are the Smarty pants. They're tiny. Smarty pants by Purl Soho. It's a free pattern, pants pattern, baby pants pattern. As you can see, these are way too small for her now, but they're so cute. I knit this using Wisteria, which is from my Sakura collection colorway. Super cute. It looks so good. But yeah, super easy. If you have like a skein of yarn that, like a fun yarn, it's super easy to make. I feel like it'd be great for gift knits as well. And then the last but not least is this infinity scarf for my son. It's just really simple, like scrappy DK weight infinity scarf. It looks narrow, but for a kid, I don't know if you could see, but like it gets pretty doubled up and thick. I just knit like a tube, so it's there's all the sides are the right side, and it's like quite thick and squishy. Yeah, it's just scrap yarn from his sweater as well as just random scraps he wanted me to put in. He wanted yellow and pink, so that's what I did. But yeah, I used the stitch pattern from the Thru line. Oh no, not Thru lines. The, what is it? Did I write it down? But I think it's her. I'll put the name up. But it's a cowl, which I originally was knitting for him instead, but it was just too thin. It gets really cold here, as you can tell, because it's the snow kind of stopped, but it was snowing outside, so it's cold enough to snow. But so like a thin cowl just doesn't really cut it sometimes, and so I modified it to go in the round, and also kind of shortened the pattern repeats so that these slip stitches here are not so long. It's a little bit more checkered-y looking, if that makes sense. But yeah, this was the last knit of the year. And then let me show you the yarn. So I have like a sweater's quantity, but here's just one skein. It looks so good. I love it. I think this is like my proudest spin to date because it's so consistent. It's not as consistent as some people might think, but for me it's pretty consistent. I haven't been able to have like a good spinning practice in a while just because kids, you know, but this is really cool. This is from just like various fibers from my yarn, from my stash that I've bought. It's just all different kinds, and then I just kind of mixed them all up together to make one big sweater's quantity. So I'm really excited to knit with this. I think what I'm going to do is knit the dad sweater by Emily Curtis. I've knit one before in some limited edition yarn from Wool and Twine, which I really love, and I just love the pattern. It's just like a classic drop sleeve, thick, cozy sweater pattern. So I think this will be perfect. So that's all my FOs. And I'll keep talking about my whips and like my plans and stuff like that. And then at the end, I think I'm gonna go ahead and talk about like my 5 stars for the year, my 5-star reads for the year, if you're interested in that. So first I'll talk about my whips. So first, number 1 whip, I can't show you. It's a secret whip because it's a sample for my upcoming update. I'm going to have an update, shop update towards the end of the month. I'm thinking the 24th, January 24th, 9 a.m. Japan Standard Time. I'll start posting up all the info and the colorways. I'm really excited because I haven't been able to dye yarn in forever because of maternity leave. And then also all of these are all brand new colorways, which is really exciting. And I just was really happy to flex my dyeing muscles. That doesn't sound right. My yarn dyeing muscles after so long. So I'm really excited for it. So I hope you are too. And I will probably do like a video of the colorways and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm knitting a sample of that. I'm knitting the Janette Cardigan by Moreca Knits. I think that's how you pronounce her name. But I'll put a picture of her cardigan here so that you could see what I'm knitting. And I'm using a strand of superwash merino DK and a Surrey silk lace, and it is so cozy and I love the color. I'm so excited for it. So yeah, I am knitting that up. That's like my main knit because it is for work. So so that's one whip. Another whip that I have been reaching for quite a lot is my, where is it? Hold on, sorry, let me go get it. Okay, I'm back. So what was I saying? My other main project that I was knitting on the most before I started the Janette cardigan is this. I'm in the middle of the row, obviously, because of course. But I don't know if you can tell, but it is a half and half triangles wrap. It's the stripey. Sorry, I forgot that I needed to do this. It's the stripey half and half triangles wrap, but I finished the first color. I'm on the second, which is both. And yeah, it's been great. I tried starting this maybe like 2 years ago, I'd like to say, but it was just like too quote unquote boring to me. But I think it's perfect for right now. Just like in this season of my life, it's just always busy, and so it's nice to just do stockinette stitch. But yeah, it's, you know, you've been there. Strap and stripe, half and half triangles wrap has been popular since like a few years ago, sometime during COVID, I'd say. So I'm kind of late on the train, but it's been going well. But I haven't touched it in a while because of the Janette Cardigan. But yeah. Another whip that I have, that's another shawl, but I think I'm gonna frog, fortunately. Not because I don't like the pattern, but more so because I don't like the yarn combo with this pattern. So I don't know if you could tell, but this is the, sorry, it's so tangled, MusiKAL shawl by Stephen West. So I'm doing the scallops right now. And yeah, I was liking it. I like to knit it. It's a fun knit, but I'm using non-superwash. I've had this Knit Picks palette yarn in my stash for like 5 years. So it's been a while. So I was using it because I was thinking originally that I wanted something cozy, something warm, something non-superwash as a shawl, which I still am wanting, but I don't think this is the pattern for it. I feel like this type of pattern lends itself well more to superwash fingering weight yarns. I don't know. It's just like, I'm still on the fence about it. You guys let me know what you think, because I do like it. And it's cozy. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just kind of getting tired of this color combo and I'm just kind of like losing sight of it. I do like it. But yeah, I'm not sure. Let me know. Let me know what you think. If I should just recast on using, I do have like superwash, like stock yarn that can go well with this pattern. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm still kind of on the fence about it. So yeah, those are my whips. And then I have a couple of plans that I wanted to talk about for like future Mel for when I am done with sample knitting and I am done with all my other projects. So I don't know when that's going to be, but it's in my plans. My brother-in-law, he started a kind of video podcast channel. He talks about knitting and perfume and gardening. He's really fun. His name's Kevin. He's really nice. So I'll put a link below. But he was talking about how he wanted to do an Olga sweater, and he texted me and he said he already casted it on. So I'm kind of late, but I was saying that we should do, me and him should do a buddy knit together. But again, he kind of started without me. But I am planning on it with these. I think I showed these yarns to you last time, a couple of videos ago, but this is from Munsell. The brand is called Munsell, and it's called the Merino Rainbow. It's a DK weight yarn, I believe. Yeah, it's made in Japan, merino, 100% merino yarn. They come in these little balls. You could get them at the craft store here. But I am obsessed with this like burgundy chocolate brown combo. This would be so cute. I don't know if I want to make a Olga sweater or an Olga, what do you call it, cardigan, jacket. Let me know what you think, because I think either way would be cute, but I feel like having cute buttons with this would be really cute. You know what I mean? So let me know what you think about this as well, because yeah, I'm also on the fence about this. And then I have some spinning plans. Excuse the rustling. I'm going to open this bag. So since I finished this, I do really like making or spinning up sweaters quantities, because that's what I like to use them for. So I do have another like sweaters quantity project here, another mixed up one. So most of it is this. This is, I think this is the my Plummy Valentine, yeah, on my BFL Tussa Silk top. So it's really pretty, really like heathered, and then there's like bits of silk in there. So I have this, and then I also have some wisteria on the same base. So my plan is to mix these up and make a nice fun pastel sweaters quantity. So that's my spinning plan, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. I've been, again, so busy. So yeah, that's my plan. We'll see when that happens, but I'm trying my best here. So yeah, that's all my knitting stuff, my yarn stuff. I'm going to talk about my 5-star reads for 2025 now. I have 15 of them, so there's a little bit to get through, but hopefully, I know a lot of you like to listen to me talk about books too. I did start a book channel too. I just, again, have not had the time. So I think for my book channel, if I do have the time, I will talk about like my 4 to 4.75 star reads, like my honorable mentions. But for here right now, because I can't go through everything, I will just talk about my 5-star reads. So I read 110 books last year, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that, with my, pregnancy, giving birth, having a toddler. Like 110 is pretty good. My goal was 100, and I surpassed that goal. In previous years, my goal used to be like pre-kids, my goal used to be 200. So it's half of what it used to be, but I think, more than 100 is good. So let me go ahead and talk about what I read. I guess in no particular order. These are all 5-star reads. Okay, so I have 14 books, because one of them was a reread, so I'll just say that one in the end. So first 5-star read is Walking Practice by Dolki Min. This is translated from the Korean, and it is a weird book. It's very explicit in all the ways. And it's a very short book. It's a very short horror novel. It's about an alien who gets stuck on Earth and has to eat, and they like to eat people, and in order to eat people, they decide to seduce them through a dating app. And yeah, that's what it's about. And there's a lot of talk about trying to assimilate into society, about gender, about like loneliness and things like that. It's actually quite deep, but very, very weird. And I gave that one 5-star. Another 5-star book is What Stalks the Deep by T. Kingfisher. This is the 3rd book to the Sworn Soldiers series. I really enjoy the series. They're very short. They're very I think they're all novellas actually, and all of them have been really fun. I really like to follow the main character, who is non-binary. I like their humor. I like the mystery of each of the books. It's just a fun time, and so I gave this one 5 stars. Another 5-star read is The Many Deaths of Lila's Star by Ram V. And this is actually a graphic novel. And the artwork is beautiful. Like, I could probably make a collection out of the artwork because the colors are so pretty. But I feel like no one really knows this book. So, but anyways, the colors are so pretty. The artwork is so pretty. The story is really cool. It's about how death, it's, I think, set in India, I believe. And death is fired from their job because in the future, a human will find a way to make immortality attainable. And so death is fired, and now she is sent to Earth as a human and has to find out how to stop this person from creating immortality. So super interesting. It's about like life and how it's the little things and why having death in the end makes life that much more rich. And so it's very good graphic novel. Another 5-star read, One Yellow Eye by Leigh Radford, and this is a horror novel. It is a zombie horror novel, which I didn't see that coming, and it's about a pandemic that occurs, zombie apocalypse, almost kind of pandemic, except, life goes on. They figure out how to contain everything. They just shoot all the zombies, essentially, and then if you are infected, you get killed, obviously. But the main character, she is a scientist, and her husband turned into a zombie, but she kept him, and she is keeping him in a room in secret and is trying to find the cure. So really interesting book, really fun time. Next one is The River Has Roots by Amal El-Mohtar, who is also a co-author for another one of my favorite books, which is This Is How You Lose the Time War. This is her, by herself kind of short story novella. This is an interesting story about how two twin girls, they grow up next to a fairy world almost, and if you step into the fairyland, you'll get lost, so they try not to cross. But one day, one of the sisters falls in love with one of the fairies, and then they have to make a decision on whether to stay or go, and it's quite heartfelt, and if you love fantasy, I would highly recommend it. Another 5-star that I didn't see coming, but I really like this author, is When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy. Horror novel. Nat Cassidy also did Nestlings, which I really like. He does a really good job with exploring family and relationships through horror. And this one is about a woman who is working at a diner, and then one day she goes home and then sees a little boy scared and seemingly running away from somebody, so she takes him in, and then his dad comes and they go off on an adventure trying to escape his very angry father. And there's more to the story, but I don't want to spoil it. But I didn't see the end coming, and the characters and the horror surrounding this boy and this father is quite interesting. I will say that. Water break. Okay, next one is Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. This is pretty, either people love it or you don't, and I really liked it, actually. I gave this one, obviously, 5 stars. I love R.F. Kuang's writing. I know some people don't, but I'm a big R.F. Kuang fangirl. So this one is about a student in a magic school who accidentally killed her professor and needs to bring him back from hell. So she and her academic rival descend into hell together, and it is like kind of like the what do you call it, Dante's Inferno type of hell, and they have to go through the different hells in order to find this professor and bring him back from the dead. Yeah, good time. Another novella that I gave 5 stars is Nothing But the Rain by Naomi Salmon, and this was really sad but really good. It's, I guess, speculative fiction, science fiction, where this woman is living in this town where they are surrounded by armed soldiers. They don't know what's going on. They don't know why that's happening. And also, when it rains, if you touch the rain, you will start to lose your memories. So the more you get rained on, the more you lose your memories. And it rains a lot. So people start losing their memories. People start losing themselves. And the remaining townspeople are trying to escape. So, yeah, really interesting. Another 5-star read is The Book of Form and Emptiness by Ruth Ozeki. I read A Tale for the Time Being a while ago, but haven't read any of her works until recently. And I really enjoyed it. I liked how this was towards the beginning of the year, so I can't remember a lot about it, but it is about a boy who you don't know whether or not he's crazy, but he starts to hear voices of the objects around him. And so he, in particular, starts to form a bond with a book. And yeah, it's about his life and like coming to terms with the death of his father, loneliness, teenagehood, all that stuff. Another 5-star read from a while ago is I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. This has been a pretty popular book lately, but yeah, I love books where a lot of it is unexplained, and this is one of those. So if you're looking for like a sci-fi dystopian book where you need answers, this is not it. But if you're okay with no answers, then you might like this. This is in a point of view of a woman who is imprisoned with a bunch of other women. No one knows how they got there. No one knows where they are. Are they on Earth? Are they on another planet? Where are they? Why are they in here? There are armed guards who feed them through like a slot. They only get a certain amount of food. They only have themselves to talk to. So this woman has never talked to, and the guards don't talk to them. They're just silent. So this woman has never talked to a man before. And this is her life. And it was really good. So I highly recommend. The next book is Dissolution by Nicholas Binge. I actually really like this. I could see people not liking it and not liking how things rolled out, but I did enjoy. I do like these kinds of sci-fi. It's like an action sci-fi book, but this older woman whose husband is losing memories from Alzheimer's is told that he's not losing his memories from Alzheimer's. He's actually, sorry, I had to talk to some construction workers really quick. But Dissolution by Nicholas Binge is the woman's husband is in a care home because he's losing his memories to Alzheimer's, apparently. But then she is told that he's not losing his memories to Alzheimer's. His memories are actually being taken from him. So she tries to figure it out. And I really liked it. I really liked her relationship to her husband. It was very sweet, but also really a page turner. I listened to this as an audiobook, so not a page turner, but like a, you know what I mean? Yeah, enjoyed it quite a lot. Another book is Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. This is like a classic nature nonfiction that I feel like everybody should read, even if I'm not a gardener. I'm trying to be, but I don't really have a green thumb. I've always liked being inside more than outside, but we live next to a nature reserve now, so I'm trying to change that. And now we actually have space for a garden. So I read this book and it was really good. I think that even if you are not a gardener, if you don't like going outside, if you just like staying inside, I think it's still quite like a kick in the butt to how you can view nature and the world around you. Yeah, really good. Took me quite a while to get through, but yeah, just like important messages on all the essays that's included in there. Okay, 2 more. Second to last one is On the Calculation of Volume by Solveig Dahl. I don't remember what language this is translated from, but it's a translated fiction. It is about a woman who, just for her, she goes to sleep and wakes up on the same day. So like the day resets for her every single day and she doesn't know why. And it's not really a sci-fi where she goes and like tries to find out what's going on and she goes on this adventure. She literally just kind of accepts her fate, kind of, and is trying to live in this new reality. Although she does try to figure it out, it's not like the main focus of the book, and it's more so like a character study rather than like a action. So yeah, if you're into slow-paced sci-fi, I would recommend this. And then my favorite book, this was my number 1 book of the year, which is not my favorite book of all time. And it might not be for everybody, but this was my favorite book of the year. So it is The Wall by Marlene Hochhofer, and I think it's translated, I think she's Austrian, so translated from the German, I think. Is that what they speak? But it's from 1963, so it's quite an old book, but it's still quite a timeless book because it is about a woman. You don't really know her name. This is her diary. She's writing in a diary, and she doesn't really say her name, but she is in a cabin in the middle of the woods in like beautiful like Alps kind of thing, like, you know, mountain range. She has a field, and then one day she is alone in the cabin and this invisible wall surrounds her, and this invisible and anybody and anything outside of this invisible wall other than like trees and nature is dead. So like she uses binoculars to look through to try to see as far as she can see, and she can see that the people and the animals are still and they're probably dead. So she's pretty much the only one left, and she has to live alone in a cabin with 1 dog and 1 cow and try to figure out how to survive. And it's kind of like the Little House on the Prairie, but with higher stakes. Because she talks about her daily life, like her habits and her routine, and like, you know, oh, this tree fell, or like, you know, this thing happened, and they're not really huge things, but they're huge things for her, and you kind of follow along with that. And I really liked, when I was a kid, Little House on the Prairie. I loved like reading about how they make butter and like how they, you know, milked this cow, and like all these little things that are small to us but can be so important to them. And she also explores like what makes her human, like if she's the only one left, like, you know, what's the point, what's the reason for her to keep going, like why is she still trying to survive even if she's, you know, the only one left, kind of thing. And yeah, it was super, I really liked it, and I could see how some people might think this is a really slow book, which it is. So if you're not a Little House on the Prairie fan, then this might not be for you. But if you do really like that kind of stuff, it was really good. And yeah, timeless because, you know, she has no, even if she were to if this were to happen in the 2010s, like she would have no one to contact, she would have no phone, she would not be able to do the same kinds of things anyways. So I feel like it still is timeless in that sense. But yeah, those are my 14 5-star reads. Oh my gosh. I hope that, I have no idea how long I've been recording because I've been kind of like popping in and out, but I hope that I went through this relatively quickly and didn't talk for too long. They are throwing out the trash, and so there's like huge bangs, so I hope you don't hear that. I hope you were able to hear whatever I was saying, and I hope that this little phone microphone worked out. But yeah, happy 2026. I hope you're all doing well. And please let me know what your favorite book was of 2025, as well as like your favorite make of 2025, because I love to read it and I love seeing your comments. And hopefully with, you know, my son's school starting up again, I'll be able to post a little bit more regularly. The renovations are still kind of happening, so it's kind of tough. But yeah, if you don't mind me doing this phone microphone and also hearing random bangs and noises from the other parts of the house, then I will do this again. But yeah, I hope that this was interesting, and I will talk to you again about the new update. And yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your week. See ya.